What up, WeHo?
A few weeks ago was Groundhog Day, and this year, Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow, which means there'll be 6 more weeks before Mike Pence comes out of the closet.
Welcome to WeHoTV News. Winter is here, West Hollywood. I'm Mike Siriaco, and I'm bringing you everything you need to know about WeHo, courtesy of the city of West Hollywood. If you've been busy swapping your summer wardrobe for more wintry ensembles, you may have missed some important news. Don't sweat it, because I'm going to catch you up to speed with the WeHo Wind-Up. Let's put 30 seconds on the clock. Americans like Red Gerard were going for the gold at the 2018 Winter Olympics, while Beth Lapides was also going for the gold, Judy Gold, at the Lesbian Speaker Series. Tide Pods dropped millennials harder than the stock market. West Hollywood celebrated V-Day. No, not that V-Day, this V-Day, the 20th anniversary of the vagina monologues. And the winter wind exposed Trump's bald scalp like it was Robert Mueller exposing Trump's connections to Russia.
The Russian operatives were allegedly instructed to use any opportunity to criticize Hillary and the rest. Except Sanders and Trump, we support them.
Looks like the investigation's heating up, so we better strip down to our news briefs. On February 3rd, the City of West Hollywood's WeHo Arts program opened a new exhibit called Round Hole, Square Peg. The photography exhibit's theme of diversity in the LGBTQ community is reflected in its name, which references the term a square peg in a round hole. Conversely, there is a term for someone who doesn't support diversity in the LGBTQ community, and that's an asshole. Celebration Theater, with the support of the City of West Hollywood's WeHo Arts program, is presenting a production of the musical Priscilla, Queen of the Desert at the Lex Theater from February 10th through March 25th. Based on the Oscar award-winning film, the story follows a group of drag queens as they drive through a desert wasteland. For a quick gist of what that's like, just do what I did and carpool with Willem and her crew to Burning Man.
When I say roll out, we roll out! Roll out!
Over the weekend of February 17th, the City of West Hollywood commemorated the 20th anniversary of Eve Ensler's The Vagina Monologues, with Hollywood Now productions of the female empowerment play. After 2 decades, do you think the show is more relevant than ever? Yeah, me too. On February 23rd, the City of West Hollywood's WeHo Reads program presented André Aciman, who discussed his book, Call Me By Your Name.
The novel was popularized by its Oscar-nominated film adaptation starring Armie Hammer and Timothée Chalamet.
In related news, the Trader Joe's on Santa Monica Boulevard is completely sold out of peaches. Also in Oscar news, on February 26th, the Women in Film Speaker Series hosted a roundtable discussion featuring women who have won Academy Awards for Best Picture. Speakers included producers of Driving Miss Daisy and Spotlight. Not included, the producers of Daddy's Home 2. For so many reasons. I don't like the way Mel's staring me down, so let's change out of these news briefs. On February 7th, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi orated a record-breaking speech urging a vote to protect Dreamers, undocumented immigrants brought to the United States as children. Lasting over 8 hours, the all-day speech broke the record for longest continuous speech in House history, and she delivered it wearing 4-inch heels. For all you straight men watching who don't think that's a big deal, you try standing in 4-inch heels for 8 hours and then we can talk. Ms. Pelosi proves once again that women can do anything men can do, and unquestionably with more panache. In honor of Women's History Month, we're shining a spotlight on some other important women who changed the world and continue to influence culture to this day. Marie Curie. This pioneer of radioactivity research was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, the first person and only woman to win twice, and the only person to win a Nobel Prize in 2 different sciences. So take that, misogynists who claim women are bad at science. Not only was Ms. Curie a scientific genius, but also an incredibly generous human being. On the rare occasion that she accepted award money, she often donated it to her students and research associates, and she intentionally refrained from patenting her radium isolation process so that the scientific community could do research unhindered. Albert Einstein reportedly said that she was probably the only person who could not be corrupted by fame. It establishes a nice contrast to men like Martin Shkreli, who used their patents to squeeze exorbitant amounts of money from the public. Rita Moreno. In 1961, Moreno became the first Puerto Rican to win an Academy Award for Best Actress for a role in the film adaptation of West Side Story. She went on to become one of the 12 artists to ever EGOT, or win Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Awards. Her career also reinforces the importance of Puerto Ricans within the greater American culture. At a time when a third of Puerto Rico is still without power and the federal government has provided little help beyond paper towels, it's crucial to emphasize that Puerto Ricans are Americans. Vivian Malone Jones. Despite Governor George Wallace's attempt to block Jones from attending the University of Alabama, she would go on to become the school's first African-American graduate, receiving a BA in Business Management in 1965. It's important to point out that 50 years later, segregation is once again rearing its ugly head. Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos is pushing to expand the voucher system, which gives students public money to attend private school. This system was used in the South during the 1950s so white families could use public funds to send their children to all-white private schools. Adding DeVos's May 2017 testimony before the House Appropriations Subcommittee, where she refused to state any instance where she would protect students from discrimination under the voucher program, it's possible that your tax money could send kids that look like DeVos to schools that exclude kids that look like Vivian Malone Jones. Ellen DeGeneres. In 1997, Ellen became the first openly lesbian actress to play an openly lesbian character on television.
I'm gay.
Over 20 years later, Ellen still rules the airwaves with her eponymous talk show, which has won 25 Emmy Awards in its first 3 years alone. More importantly, she's helped normalize the LGBT community for mainstream audiences. With the rise of anti-LGBT legislation, like Georgia's recent Keeping Faith in Adoption and Foster Care Act, which could allow organizations to present adoptions by same-sex couples, the need for positive, likable queer media figures like Ellen is more crucial than ever. And speaking of likable women, we go now to Asher Rodriguez.
Here in West Hollywood, we're celebrating Black History Month by honoring the civil rights icon John Lewis with a special Human Rights Speaker Series screening of John Lewis, Get in the Way. I'm Asher Rodriguez, and this is WeHoTV News. The core mission of the Human Rights Speaker Series is to create a supportive and collaborative environment to discuss and learn about human rights issues. Tonight's Human Rights Speaker Series features a screening of John Lewis, Get in the Way, which profiles the life and career of Congressman John Lewis. The documentary fuses never-before-seen interviews, historical clips, and the congressman's own words to paint a picture of a man whose commitment to equality and justice has spanned nearly 50 years. What was it like working with the congressman to put this documentary together?
Working with John Lewis is a dream. He was the youngest person at the March on Washington with Martin Luther King and others. He was like 23 or 24 years old. He spoke at that. He really, in many ways, just felt like he always had to go and protect civil rights, human rights, gay rights. Wherever the cause was, he was there.
Growing up in an era of segregation, Lewis was inspired by Martin Luther King Jr.'s commitment to nonviolent protest. He participated in sit-ins, and in 1961, he joined 13 other activists to form the Freedom Riders, a group of civil rights activists who took bus trips to protest segregated bus terminals. These events, coupled with the Bloody Sunday March on Selma, laid the foundation for Lewis's dedication to civil and human rights.
I was moved to make this film and chose Congressman Lewis among the many civil rights leaders, all of whom deserve a film, because he started as a young person. And he showed that young people can lead the way and that they are prepared to take some of the risks that a lot of older people, adults, are a little more careful about.
For over 50 years, Congressman John Lewis hasn't been afraid to get in the way. And on his 78th birthday, we want to thank him for his commitment and conscience in the face of opposition. For more information on the Human Rights Speaker Series, visit weho.org/HRSS. Reporting from the City of West Hollywood's Public Meeting Room, I'm Asher Rodriguez for WeHoTV News.
Thanks, Asher. Continuing with February's theme of Black history, Eddie Robinson explores the role of blues music in the African American community. Eddie, over to you.
As great musicians know, one instrument can become a full band in the hands of the right artist. Master vocalist and guitarist Brother Yusuf is one of those unique talents, and he celebrates the impact of the blues through song and storytelling fit for all ages. I'm Eddie Robinson, and this is WeHoTV News.
This
The blues is freedom, it's healing. A way of pursuing a spiritual freedom, a physical freedom, and a political freedom. And that's all ties into justice.
Brother Yusef also explained how he transforms the guitar into a multi-use instrument to create a sound.
So if I'm playing like this, so now you hear the drum, the bass, all at the same time. And because I'm a solo, I just kind of wanted to make the sound as full as I could.
Brother Yusef also explained how he tailors his message to an audience of many ages.
You let your feelings show. You shout if you need to shout. Because, I mean, when I grew up in the black church, if the preacher wasn't hearing those amens, he wasn't doing his job. So basically, and the blues man's not hearing, you know, hey, go ahead, brother, whatever, then he's probably like, uh-oh, I better step it up.
Having performed throughout the U.S. and abroad, Brother Yusef's international appeal was thoroughly appreciated right here in WeHo.
It's awesome. The people here at the West Hollywood Library are amazing, and the services provided are just beyond 10.
He's playing kid songs, but he's playing blues, and I can take any type of those things and use them in my own classroom.
For more information on upcoming cultural events in the city of West Hollywood, visit weho.org/arts. I'm Eddie Robinson, WeHoTV News. Mike, back to you.
Thanks, Eddie. In late January 2018, the city of West Hollywood launched its Real Change donation stations, resembling purple parking meters where funds can be donated towards the West Hollywood Homeless Initiative. This initiative supports the work of people like Jake Weinraub, a mental health clinician for the Los Angeles LGBT Center who connects people who are homeless with a continuum of services and programs. For more on this, we go now to the West Hollywood Homeless Initiative PSA.
My name is Jake Weinraub, and I work as a mental health clinician at the Los Angeles LGBT Center in Mental Health Services. I'm here to help folks that are struggling with homelessness or substance use get linked to care. I basically am a walking referral guide for services that are available in West Hollywood, and on top of that, I'm providing field therapeutic interventions to try to keep some of these communities as safe and healthy as possible. I think that West Hollywood is a really special city. People who are homeless came to the city of West Hollywood for a lot of the reasons that we did. It's a community of choice. It's somewhere that feels safe, that feels like home. There's rainbow flags on the businesses. It's familiar, it's beautiful, it's queer. So I think these populations, these communities that we have here in West Hollywood, these are people who are here for a reason. A lot of homelessness, especially that I've seen and in this community, is related to early rejection from the family, a lot of time for being LGBT, also situations involving intimate partner violence and lack of resources. I wish that I, could wave a magic wand and help somebody who's on the street get off, but it takes time and it takes repeat interaction and a lot of building of trust. I've really had to adjust over the past year my idea of what a success is and kind of look at it as a small win. I think that any interaction that someone who is living on the street has where they feel seen for a moment is positive. So in a lot of my interactions, I'm not going to be giving everyone a referral all the time. Sometimes it's just a conversation, a positive interaction that is enough for that moment. The outreach services in the city of West Hollywood are unique because the city partners with lots of different organizations to meet some of these populations where they're at in terms of what they're looking for. So there's teams like Essentia or Step Up on Second that help with housing, Tarzana Treatment Center or Safe Refuge that focus on substance use, and organizations like Mental Health Services at the Center that focus on mental health and psychiatry, the Youth Center on Highland for some of our younger residents. This multidisciplinary approach is really important because each individual person has such a variety of needs. And I think it's going to take all of the compassion and understanding and empathy that the city was founded on to help those who are struggling in our community.
And for something more lighthearted and locally sourced, we go now to Nicatelli.
The Farmer's Market, a healthy haven away from the weird, science-y food that you get in normal grocery stores. I'm not gonna lie, I bought a loaf of bread the other day and I can only pronounce 2 of the 6,000 ingredients. In 1997, the Farmer's Market was named after the late council member Helen Albert, who was an advocate for bringing fresh produce to the city of West Hollywood. I'm Nicatelli for WeHoTV News, and we're gonna take a stroll through the Helen Albert Certified Farmer's Market. And it's gonna be fresh. See what I did? I said fresh.
Very, very intelligent people here in West Hollywood, sir. They know their sushi. They know their broiling fish. They know their baking fish. They want their salmons always not farm-raised, wild caught.
I like just being able, like, someone walks up and you're like, you already know. You already know it's good. Just buy it.
Exactly. You
Like-
got the same style I do. Hey,
You already know.
do you need a job anytime?
You know what? I don't know. What's like the best-selling item you'd say out of all this?
Parmesan, of course.
The Parmesan, of course. Why do you think that is?
Because it's 24 months age, because please taste it.
Okay. Oh, okay. I understand.
Why is the best?
Oh, it's good. Nice texture. Nutty. Flavorful with a good mild smoke. Like if I was gonna be a cheese salesman, what is the best way to like entice people to come to the booth?
Scream to people.
Okay. We got the pasta and the cheese. Did you put the cheese up?
Parmigiano.
Oh,
Say cheese is look like American.
Okay, an Americano. Not Americano.
You say Parmigiano, they like.
Ok, parmigiano on the pasta, and no antipasta, just the parmigiano pasta unto dare è bellissima, prego, huh?
This is what I need.
Yeah, this is it right here. I will see you guys later because I just got hired at the cheese booth. Now, this is your own signature recipe, right?
Chili lime sauce.
This is the only place you can get this, is right here.
Fresh roasted corn right here in WeHo, man. That's what it's all about.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Now, you ready for a bite of this?
I think I am.
Yeah?
I think I'm a little intimidated because it looks gorgeous. What's the best way? Is it just kind of just dive into
From the
it?
middle.
All right, from the middle. All right. Oh yeah. I just figured out within this 5 seconds that I don't know how to make corn. It comes to my attention, you're kind of known as like the wheatgrass king of West Hollywood. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Because I know like I can take a wheatgrass shot and then I feel like I could pick up like a Volvo car if I could, you know? That's how much energy I get on it.
So see, to myself, I drink a 4 every single day.
Do you?
For 10 years. Believe me or not, the change in my life. Before, this body don't look like that.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Cheers.
Salud.
Salute. Here we go. Do you want to feel like Superman plus Batman put together? Drink a wheatgrass shot. Granted, you're going to feel a little bit but after that, you're going to feel a bit more and then you're going to feel The Helen Albert Certified Farmers Market takes place here at Plummer Park every Monday. It opens at 9 a.m. and it runs to 2 p.m. It's even open on some holidays. Again, I'm Nicatelli for WeHoTV News, and I'm going to make one more pass through the market until everybody packs up like a banana and splits.
Thanks, Nick. Before it was a sensual, homoerotic Academy Award nominated movie, Call Me By Your Name was a sensual, homoerotic, Lambda Literary Award winning novel. We met up with its author, André Aciman, for this month's Mic Drop.
What up, bookworms? Today we're at the West Hollywood Library to speak with André Aciman, author of Call Me By Your Name, the love story between 17-year-old Elio and 24-year-old Oliver, which has catapulted into pop culture this year with the release of its film adaptation, which is an Oscar nominee for Best Picture. Let's go chat with André and spill some peach tea.
I wanted to write a love story between two men where there was no inhibition except the ones that come from you. Mm-hmm. In other words, there is no police state, there are no nobody, no, what do you call them? No antagonists. No antagonists, no dangers. And all he experiences is the difficulty of saying to someone that you're attracted to, that you are in fact attracted to them. That is never, ever been a simple thing.
Now, unlike Elio, you are completely straight, you got the kids and all. Right. So what motivated you to write this incredibly sensual, homoerotic story?
It came sort of accidentally. I was writing a book about a man and a woman. It was getting me a lot of trouble. I said, let's make it a man and a man. That's going to be exciting. I'll explore this one. And I loved it. I loved every moment.
Me too.
For some reason, it came out very true. Truer than the things that I was writing about. And it's as if there's a part of me in my head or in my soul that wanted to speak this language, this story. And so it just bubbled up. And in the space of 3 months, I had a whole book. I've never written that fast. Any form of sexual identity troubles me because it means that you're not open to the opposite happening. If you're entirely straight, does that mean you never might be attracted to another person of your same sex?
Now, one of the more vivid scenes in both the book and the movie, the peach scene, yes. Where did that come from?
I always give the same answer when people ask me that question. I don't know. Because I never tried. Look, I've tried many things in my life. That I never tried. The director said he tried it because he had to make sure it could work. And he said to Timothy Chalamet, he said, you know, that thing with the peach, it works. And Timothy answered back, yeah, I know, I tried it too. But André never did such a thing. You know, I might be tempted one day to do it, but I haven't.
One last question for you before we go. Will you call me by your name?
Sure, André.
Mike. Okay. Thank you, André. You've been a peach.
Thank you.
We'll be back next month for more news, noise, and nonsense. Till then, keep it cute, WeHo.